for the Grace. This is called Tidings Memorial Park. And you're going to launch out of here. This is right off 95. And this is the launching ramp. You launch here. You go straight out in front of us. That would take you across the bay to the Sassafras, the Elk. We go out to the left, head up around to the I-95 bridges.
With fish, we had 2 fish come up and hit the spinnerbait. Then I caught that smallmouth, and now this one. But the 2 that hit, big fish. I don't know why they missed it. They short struck the blade on the spinnerbait, but very nice sized fish. Look at the belly on that. That's still got eggs in it, or that much food. One of the 2. We're out here, show them how big the bay is where we are right now. I mean, we're right out in the middle of the bay. You're right. School spawn. See the spots? Alright, they could be post-spawn, Steve. And that's why they have the spots on them. Now they're done and they're out here eating. Let's back off here. I don't want to scare them. I think there's more than that here.
Striper?
Yep.
Yep.
God darn, that fish pulled hard. Not that big, but nice. That's a line size. Oh!
Nice fish, though.
Oh yeah, good one.
Let's see him. Hold him up.
I can grab a hold of him there, so.
Mouth, smallmouth, and a striper, all within 50 yards.
There we go.
This is the Chesapeake Bay, the Susquehanna Flats, right outside of Tidings Marina.
Tidings. We're up here fishing the Susquehanna Flats. We're back in one of our better spots. It's kind of a secluded spawning area in the back of one of these creeks. As you can see, this is a bass that's completely spawned out. They're starting to hit post-spawn. See those spots down in the grass? Got a little leech, freshwater leech on it.
I just caught one on a buzzbait just a few minutes ago.
We probably caught about, I'd say, at least 10 bass, and they've all been around 13 to 15 inches. Most of them wouldn't keep, about 2 or 3. This is probably my 3rd or 4th one that would keep, and Steve's got 1 or 2 that would keep, but the rest have all been undersized. What we're doing is fishing a spawning area, and we're catching the fish that are post-spawn. Most of the fish that we're catching are running small. There's been 3 or 4 boats around us the whole time, and they're saying the same thing, catching smaller fish. But apparently, if you stay with it, look at that fish, it's been caught before. See, catch and release really works. It's been caught numerous times. If you stay with it, keep changing your baits, change presentations. That fish was extremely shallow. But Steve and I were just talking about how we think we can catch a bigger fish, work going off a little further away from the males. So you really want to experiment your depth, experiment lures. Most of these fish are hitting crankbaits and spinnerbaits this time of year, with a few that will hit the jig and the worm.
Tell them what kind of crankbaits and the colors and stuff we're using.
Rapala DT6. Let's let this one go. Swam away, nothing wrong with her. Rapala DT6, Strike King series crankbaits, anywhere from the series 4 all the way to the real shallow 1S. There's some grass in here, so you just want to kind of rip it through the grass or burn it right over. Terminator spinnerbaits. Oklahoma, I believe, is the key. We're fishing around 3 other guys out here that are fishing a tournament, and they've all been throwing spinnerbaits, and they all asked us what bait we were throwing because they weren't catching as many fish as us. So I believe it's the titanium wire, but it's also this Oklahoma blade. Most of the guys are throwing a willow blade right now, which has a good amount of flash, but not as much vibration. And if you can tell by looking at the watercolor, we've had some storms over the last week, so that water's got muddied up. You really need that vibration. You add that blade with the titanium, and you've got a sweet combination.